Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Seal! Chain between heaven and earth! Divine savior!
I can feel you where you stand.
Take that! One last one!
Everlasting darkness. Now you see what I can do.
Arcane
Negative dick
waterfall!
can't get out of this.
Seal!
Now it's my turn.
Magic advance! You're really, really strong, Al. Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That
training's paying off.
Sweet child.
Rending you a
Crossblade! One more!
Easy
Here
and
goes!
smelling to me. Yeah.
Illuminate the dark!
I'm ready.
Nice, Rob!
Leave it all to love.
Hey, I'm here too, you know.
Finish it. Don't leave. Hey, blow them away. Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
That's my cue.
Shut him down. In a bind.
Crossblade! Light astral energy!
I'll smash you.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Elusive deity.
Air thrust! Here, illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land!
Not today.
Don't mind if I do.
Trinity.
Holy land!
I couldn't make it in time.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Go get it! Illuminate require complete focus!
Denied.
Holy illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer, holy land! Light astral energy! Illuminate the dark! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer, holy land! One more! Here goes!
Shine. Radiant light. I'll force that regeneration.
Light astral energy!
Regenerate.
I guess you have your uses now and again.
Told you.
Magic is
Lies unstoppable.
Shame you're not like that all the time.
I'm ready. Don't leave. Hey, blow them away. I can feel my power growing.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you.
Hi, Hoodle! Seal!
Take this.
A chain between heaven and earth. Divine! Is it hot? Just back it out again. Crossblade! Dance
It's
in the
almost
wind!
too strong.
In the Here!
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Crossblade!
The
Dance!
enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
What's
One
this?
more! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer!
Finish it!
Law!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Illuminate! Way to go! Holy Lamb! One more time! Ice Prison!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact claw!
To achieve such harmony,
Takes a singular will.
It'll be a breeze! Get in, get out!
Holy Glimmer! Holy Lamb! Illuminate the dark! Holy Glimmer! Are those arms even natural? Chain between lava and God. Divine Savior!
Armor won't
Get
save
into
me!
the wind!
With no armor, stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Celestial Hammer!
Can't get out of this!
I shall
Here I
ensure you
come!
survive this.
Celestial Hammer!
Finish it!
On your
Look sharp!
lightning tiger blade! See that?
That training's paying off.
They smite with fire and
Celestial
blade!
Hammer!
All the things coming with it!
Flawless flight! Here goes! Do it! Bullseye!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact claw!
We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
what can I say? I had a good partner.
I'm like bait to them!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Glimmer!
Back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show
They're
you
all
how
coming
we
after me.
I'm coming, Rinwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine. Banana!
Say what?
Dance the wind!
Demon Fang!
Air thrust!
Demon Fang!
Here goes! Take that!
Whirlwind
Run after them!
Walk like focus!
I can handle it.
Radiant light!
Far enough.
Of regeneration!
Air thrust!
Now I'm real mad!
Dance! I can't hold on much longer! Not in your dreams! Holy fire! Please focus!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
See that?
That training's paying off.
Holy Land! Now something else!
In a vine? Do it!
Celestial!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
They smite with black and blade!
This one's mine!
Take this! Resonate with the soul! I'll smash you! What's this?
Demon Fang! Finish it!
Don't mind if I do. Illuminate the
I thought you were going to wreck.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Hey! Take that! Run after energy!
Finish it! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Looks like some solid equipment.
Gotta break through!
Leave the charges
Dance
to me.
the dragon show!
Take this! Hurricane thrust!
More for the top! They look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Lunar Rondo! Eat dirt! Lunar Rondo!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
tough?
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up now.
Yeah, just gotta buckle down.
That's the spirit.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. It does it! Scream.
Require complete. It's far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon thee! Shooting star! Arcane waterfall! Sleep now! Let's get you off us away!
Double Demon Fang!
Was that a new skill I saw back?
Leave the charges to me!
Freeze Lancer! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, not in your dreams!
Execution!
Holy Land! Now for something special! Sleep now!
I'll smash you!
Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon thee!
I'm on it!
Shooting star! Dance in the wind!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Light astral energy! Photon blast! Bullseye! Ice prison! Blow! Arc field!
I'm ready!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
That extra training paid off. What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath while that thing seizes a talking meal.
Then let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Far beyond the darkest skies!
Exploit the enemy's
weakness! Shooting star! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Now you see what I can do.
Dance in the wind! Seal! Magic is them! Crossblade! Dance
Not
in the
today!
wind!
Resonate with the
Air
earth!
thrust! Hard malevolence! Arcane waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Arcane waterfall! Seal! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Far beyond! Hup!
Seal!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Stalagmite!
On your
Take
knees.
this! Tectonic
Shooting
devastation!
star!
Captivity! This one's all mine! Talon Storm!
One last
Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate the dark! Come forward, holy glimmer! In here!
Armor won't save
Blah,
you!
blah, blah, magic!
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Divine savior!
Negative gate! Blew away! What?
Don't feel hurt!
Far enough!
I'm right behind you!
No further.
Swallow blade!
Not on my watch!
Burn! Demon
Celestial hammer!
Crush! Captivity!
Not today!
Catapult!
I'm ready! Rising Wyvern!
Here goes!
Different from before.
It's about to come at us! Look sharp!
Pierce through! Swallow dance! Double demon fang!
I'll face you.
Power resistance! Arctic waterfall!
Shine!
Seal!
Radiant light! Dance of regeneration! Regenerate!
Rising
Now in the
Wyvern!
groove!
I'm not done!
I really owe you one! Demon Lance! Eagle Ray!
Double demon fang!
I can handle it! Far beyond the darkest!
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
Far
The
beyond
sooner
the
you stop
darkest
thanking,
line.
the sooner you
I
can start
call
helping.
upon thee.
I mean, yes, sir.
Arch requires
Regenerate.
complete focus!
Dragon
Far beyond the darkest star! I call upon
I couldn't
thee.
make it in time.
Regenerate!
Shooting star!
From beyond!
Thank you, Dahlin.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
What's this? Not my finest!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Demon fang!
Seal!
Denied!
Far beyond the darkest...
You, this vanquished soul, love resuscitation!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Take this! I'm on it!
Shooting star!
Sword rain out!
Demon Lance!
Celestial hammer!
Radiant ring! Here I come!
Seal!
Double demon fang!
Talon Storm!
Blown flight!
Tempest!
Ice prison!
Eat this!
Demon fang!
I'll run you
Double
through!
demon fang!
Let's tear him up! Leading pile time! I'll smash you! I'll finish you here and now! Watch it!
Ice prison!
Radiant light! Force of
Not in your
regeneration!
dream!
Double demon fang!
Ice prison!
And more of this and I'll burn out!
I can handle it! This one is almost in the bag!
Not done yet!
Ice prison!
Just falling back!
Then it's
This
time
one's
for you to
mine.
do what you do best!
I'm on it!
Ice prison!
Captivity! Storm!
Okay?
Demon fang!
Fluidity of your movement.
Rising Wyvern!
What a relief!
Purge malevolence! Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Freeze lancer! Mom! Dad!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
It was nice while it lasted.
Better! The enemy is going all out! Ice prison!
Now you see what I can do!
Radiant slash!
Eat this! The everlasting
Rising
dark.
Wyvern!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth! I'm ready! Stalagmite!
Mega sonic
Denied!
thrust! Double dance! Dragon swarm!
No further.
Eagle assault!
Not
What's
on
this?
my watch!
Oh, now you're talking!
Ice prison!
Burn!
Not today!
I'll grind you into dust! The tempest engulfs
Demon
you!
fang! Double demon fang!
Dragon yell!
First strike!
No dawn shall break the night!
Double
In the
demon
groove!
fang!
Ice prison!
Let's put you out of your misery.
I'm gonna need more than that. No! It can't end here! Double
Everlasting
demon fang!
Negative
Is this
gate!
it?
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Green bathed in blood.
Rending you a bloody howling!
I'm ready! Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
fauna like that. I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us.
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rimwell. Positive thinking is everything.
Reach the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
Coming through.
Give up! Listen to it! Holy land!
Everlasting darkness. Negative gate. Resonate with anything in armor is all mine.
Rising Wyvern!
Far beyond this, hold on to your arts. Here I come!
Escape!
Bloody house.
Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here.
Mirage! Pierce through!
Begin. Take this.
Rising Wyvern!
Astral energy! Alright,
Dragon
it's
Sword!
showtime!
I'll smash you.
Hurricane Blast!
Catapult.
Pistol!
Igneous.
Take this!
Meteor. Stalagmite.
Here goes! We managed to turn the tide!
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay away. This one's mine.
You picked the wrong fight!
Make it rain.
Tear them off! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! No escape!
This one's mine.
Lunar Rumble!
Negative
Flying
gate.
like spear!
Make it rain. All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
It's over!
Negative
Raging cascade!
Stardust!
They smite.
Here goes! Now!
All yours, Kisara.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
I'll do my best!
Don't mind if I do!
Begin. Switch.
Holy land! I can do this all day!
Damn it.
In here!
Dazzle! Rising Take this!
I'll bash in their defenses.
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be. Time to shine.
Tempest!
It's too fast. Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Celestial hammer!
Tiger blade.
Electric shock!
Piercing.
Celestial
Look sharp.
Here goes! Orb
This
seal!
one's mine!
One last one!
An astral
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Freeze Lancer! I can do it all day!
Igneous. In a vine. Make it
Dance in
rain.
the wind!
Law, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life.
Illuminate!
Bathed in blood. Rending you on
Holy land! Take that!
Negative gate. Anything in armor.
I can feel my power growing!
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just
Hush. Be quiet for a moment. The pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about. I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right! Oh my gosh! Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry, it's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
This flavor, why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danins such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Once we finish eating, we should get going.